Alright, today I'm going to be talking about a character I despise deeply. It's called, his name is Bendy. Hey! No, not you, Bendy. Another Bendy. Oh, this Bendy. The one voiced by Jeff Bennett. Yeah, I hate this guy. Oh, you want to help me discuss him? Yeah. Yeah. This is Bendy from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends appeared in the one awful episode Everyone Knows It's Bendy, which is by far considered by fans the worst episode of the whole series. Yep, the series is considered one of the worst. And I want to know why Lauren Faust, someone me and my the one me and Mr. Enter both care, both respect so much, made this god awful piece of crap. Alright, the episode starts off with two characters bringing in a kid's imaginary friend, Ben, and it's Bendy, this porcupine thing. And then after they bring him in, Frankie and Harriman believe that it's in fact Bendy, this dude who is innocent, and the kid who is framing him for his stupid actions. You know, I'm gonna say it in like two ways. The first way is that it could be either that the kid was in fact framing Bendy, because as you can see in one part of the episode, Bendy was sad and the kid was just swiping his foot on the ground in a guilty way. So I'm like, hey, I'm looking at the kid and I'm just like, oh, I see what's going on here. But then we see Bendy go to the next room. And then seeing our main protagonists, Blue, Welt, Welt, Ed, and Coco. Yep. They were all playing a game called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. And then Bendy walks in, and then he does this pose next to the TV and grins at them. And then Blue looks at him and he's just like, "Hey, new guy, want to play winner?" And then what does he do? He knocks over a vase and then runs off, still carrying that stupid smile. Frankie and Mr. Harriman, hold on. Frankie Frankie and Mr. Harriman. Frankie and Mr. Harriman walk into the room, and then they see the broken vase, and then Blue says that Bendy has broken the vase. And then there are two explanations as to why Bendy is acting like this. It could be A, the fact that the kid might have been framing him, or B, Bendy is truly a psychopath. I am going to go with the second option. So basically, the whole day is basically a torture episode for Blue, Ed, Coco, and Wilt. As Bendy eats chips, leaves crumbs all over the floor, and blames Ed for it. He wears Wilt's shoes, runs around the whole house covered in mud, and then he blames Wilt, and then he eats cake and blames Coco for it, and he draws Blue's name all over the walls with a red marker, like this. And then after that happens, Blue takes the marker, and then what happens? Frankie and Mr. Herman walk in and then see him with the marker, and then when he blames Bendy, he starts crying like a god awful demon possessed baby. Yeah, and also, he gets that god awful grin. Now, not this grin. Not this grin. This grin. This stupid grin. And then they decide to frame this jerk by use of the bat. And then Blue takes a bat, puts it next to a window, and then as soon as Bendy comes by, he gets that god awful grin like this, and then he smashes the window. And then when they get to the place where Bendy was, Bendy is gone. And then they find out that Bendy had talked to Mr. Harriman and Frankie and brought them to the window where Coco took pictures of Blue because her tongue slipped. Why would they make her in charge then? Wilt would have been the more sensible option because he's the only one with fingers. And then who gets in trouble? You guessed it, Blue. They all get sent to their rooms, and then Bendy is heard doing impressions of Frankie and Mr. Hammond on the intercom. And then what happens? Blue goes there for the umptillionth time. Even though it would have been a smart move for him to stay put. And then because he didn't stay put, he yanks the intercom out of Bendy's hands, who gains that grin again, and then he tells Frankie and Harriman to come to where he is so they can catch the real culprit. And then what happens? When they get there, Bendy is gone. Apparently, he's been scrubbing the toilet with his toothbrush. I mean, that is disgusting. But can't you just use a toilet brush? And then when they leave, Bendy says, "By the way, this is your toothbrush." Yeah. And then that pissed me off so much that I stuck my fist through the TV. Yeah, and I had to get a new TV. Ow. Yep. And then what happens next? Blue devises a plan. Bendy then walks past a cookie jar which says "Do not touch," and then he opens it, and then the moment he eats a cookie, the a camera is seen taking a picture of him. Bendy realizes that he's going to get caught, so he has to think fast. And then what's his plan? He tries taking the he, he tries to rip the paint rip the picture, but it's glued to his hand. He tries to draw on it with a pen, and the ink explodes in his face. He tries to go to the bathroom and wash everything off, but guess what? The bathroom sink is destroyed. He tries plugging everything up, and what happens? Whole Foster's explodes. And then Bendy comes out being finally caught in the act. Why? Why didn't it end just right there? If it ended right there, everything in the episode would have been excusable. They could have had like Bendy being kicked out of Foster's home, or Bendy being thrown in the dip. Like, this is what would have happened. This is what should have happened. Nostalgia critic. What should have happened? Show me. Nostalgia critic, come on, buddy. Hold on, 1 second. Don't tell me I'm going to go in there.
Does this answer your question?
No.
Daddy. Does this answer your question?
Yep. And what happens during Blue's rants? He open he openly confesses that he rigged everything, including the pan and the camera, the picture, the pipes, and the sink. And what do Frankie and Harriman do? They scold Blue for flooding the house. And then what does Bendy do? He just happily sprays the camera with spray paint. You know what? You know what that's deserving of? You know what that's deserving of? Bye, Bendy. This is going to be a permanent. This is going to stay here permanently to throw in any bad characters. Bendy is the first victim. Alright, see you next time. I'm gonna go eat something to calm myself down.